Hello, welcome back to ET Live. I'm Deidre Behar. Today we are so excited. We have one of the most successful, respected, prolific artists of all time on our couch, the incomparable Sheryl Crow. Let's give her a hand, everybody.
Woo! Thank you.
It is such an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
35 million records, 9 Grammys, 10 studio albums. I mean, how do you feel just knowing all those statistics?
I never think about it, but I have to say, when I hear it, I go, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But yeah, we've been really lucky, man. We've had a good run, 20-something years. And
yeah.
Still going.
We've loved you then. We love you now.
Thank you.
Her new album, Be Myself, it's in stores now, online now. Go get it, because I told you before, I think it's your best work yet.
Thank you.
Truly.
We had a blast making it.
Did
It
you?
was so much fun. Yes.
We're going to get into it and so much more. I know you guys have tons of burning questions, just like I do. Leave them below in the comments. I will get them here on my phone, and we will ask them of the lovely Sheryl. So let's just dive right in.
Okay.
It's been about 4 years since your last album, Feels Like Home. What did you do during your break? Why did you feel like you needed a break before doing Be Myself?
Well, we made the record, and then I toured. So that really, promoting the record and then touring took the better part of a year. And then I decided after that, because it was really taxing promoting that record, and there were more nights away from my kids than I will ever take. I mean, I will ever spend away from them.
How long?
Well, in the country format, you go, you go to all the radio stations, and they were in school. So my rule is I'm never away from them longer than 2 nights. But on that, there would be like 4 nights where I'd be away, and it was too hard. And so when the whole thing was done, we went out in the summer, and the kids came with me. I told the boys, I said, we're going to stay home. I'm going to take a break for 2 years. And during that time, I made 2 records. So. And I just made them during school hours, which was fantastic.
Right.
So that's what I've been doing.
So I know you're a rock star. You probably used to record a lot in the wee hours of the night.
Yeah, I don't have that luxury anymore.
No.
Yeah.
So you recorded this album exclusively. Like, walk me through a typical day.
Typical day, I would take the kids to school, come home, work out for 30, 45 minutes, meditate, come down to the studio. My friend Jeff Trott would meet me, and he just moved to Nashville, so that was great. And we would talk for a while and then work on some songs. And we did that like for, off and on for about a month, and then the record was done.
Wow.
It was great.
Incredible.
6 o'clock at night, break for dinner, that was it.
Now, I know that you said, I think it was when you were making Come On, Come On, that you had to call your friend Bob Dylan, and you were like, I need a little bit of advice.
Yeah.
The creative juices aren't necessarily flowing. Did you have that same issue maybe making this album, or were things just kind of pouring out of you?
It was unbelievable. I've never made a record, A, so fast, and B, written lyrics so kind of prolifically.
Yeah.
I think there was just so much in the ether. There's so much going on in all of our lives, from what was going on with the campaign and what it was doing to all of us, and just, I don't know, witnessing that and being in that. And then also just looking at what social media is doing, especially raising two boys, single mom, trying to figure out how to, navigate through that and still have their innocence be intact and their self-esteem and that kind of thing. All that was just kind of hanging. And as soon as we get a groove going and Jeff and I would start playing, I just felt like words were just coming out on the mic. And it was really miraculously easy. And
Wow.
It's not usually like that. So.
A little more writer's block in years past. Now you've got a lot to say.
Yeah, or a little more like, get a little more gnashing of teeth, a little more like calculating and perfecting, and there wasn't that much on this.
Wow.
Yeah, came together really quickly.
You touch on so many themes. You said the other night, I was privileged to go to Sheryl's show on Wednesday night, and it was phenomenal. Socio-politically, you're talking about social media, still, classic Sheryl Crow, like heartbreak records and love records. What were your inspirations going into this album?
Well, I felt like when I went in to make the record, I really wanted to have a fun experience.
Yeah.
And I wanted to feel like I used to feel when I would go in to make records, where it would just be like throwing stuff into the pot and seeing what kind of stew we came out with. And it did feel like that. It really felt like the old way of recording, the way I used to do it, where I would play bass and sing and write on the mic, and Jeff would play guitar, and the drum programmer or drummer, whoever was with us, and we would just put it to tape and then, keep overdubbing and stuff. And that is basically how it happened, which is why it sounds a lot like the early stuff that we did. But
there's still a good mix. There's the
Yeah.
more like ballady types that really like tug at the heartstrings, but I love the title track so much, which is a fun,
thank
upbeat
you.
song. We actually have a clip of Sheryl performing Be Myself at the Troubadour in March. It's phenomenal. Take a listen.
And I changed my name. I gave my pills away. I can't be someone else if I can't be someone else. So if I can't be someone else, I might as well be myself, be myself. Hanging with the hipsters is a lot of hard work.
it's funny.
I
watching
love that
stuff.
song so much. Okay, hold on. I have to tell you guys really
Aw,
quick.
come
Cheryl is
on.
cringing. I mean, she's got the voice of an angel. She's playing a million instruments. Why do you hate watching yourself?
It feels so different when you're doing it and you're in it, but then when you look at it, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I wore that shirt. Oh my God, I'm singing flat. Oh my God, I look so old. All that stupid stuff.
You're nitpicking, and the whole
Yeah.
point of the song is Be Myself.
That is why I enjoy doing it, but not watching it.
Okay, that is fair.
Yes.
I do want to talk about the message behind the song, though. The lyrics are incredible. I mean, I live in LA. We're guilty of it. We all go to juice bars. We all Uber. We're all on our phones constantly. What is your problem with social media? Do you think it's too big of a challenge with us as a society today?
Well, I mean, I think my problems with it are the problems that probably everyone
Has.
recognizes in that our iPhones are these vehicles to keep us all connected, and yet they really do create a chasm between us. They rob us of our initial experience of empathy or compassion. You can say anything on social media. You can exercise to your right to say whatever you feel and think, but anonymously, which has given a lot of people a lot of courage to be really ugly. And also, I think the bullying thing, I find that it's got to be a lot harder for kids to navigate with a gadget telling them at all times how they should be, how they should look, when it's already hard enough to grow up.
It
So,
is. You mentioned kids and growing up, and I have to talk about your boys because they're adorable.
They are.
Wyatt and Levi. How has being a mother changed you as a human being? Yeah, isn't that picture cute? They're a little younger there.
Me up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They're 7 and 10 now. It's changed. It's changed everything. It's informed my days. Obviously, making a record during school hours. It's enhanced my life 3,000-fold. It's just, I mean, it's just, what can I say? I love them so much.
Yeah.
So,
Best decision you ever made?
best decision, yeah. And it's just been an unbelievable gift, to get to be their mom. So, and I tell them every day, I'm like, I'm so happy I'm your mom.
Aww.
So.
Would you encourage them following in your footsteps? Are they showing musical ability?
They are. They love it. My 10-year-old is really musical. My 7-year-old loves music. I don't know how musical he is yet because he's really into sports.
An
Yes.
athlete.
Yeah. He wants to be on the Predators.
Of course. Who
Yes.
wouldn't right now?
Yes, exactly.
Go Preds.
He doesn't want to be on the Predators from last night.
Oh,
But-
no. From nights past.
Yes, exactly. But so I would encourage them. I want them to do whatever they want to do. I just want them to be curious. I want them to have a sense of adventure, but also have compassion and to love the planet and to
Yeah.
understand what it means to be present and
Give them all those gifts, things that
all
you
those
stand
good
for.
things.
Yes.
Yeah, all those good things.
We're going to start taking your questions right now because, they're going nuts. Lots of heart
Woohoo.
eyes. Everybody loves the new album, which is really great news. Sarah says, you're so open about your struggles in interviews and in music. What would you say your lowest point was and what got you through it?
Oh, my goodness.
Deep question.
Yeah, Sarah, that's a good one. Well, navigating the whole celebrity thing, when I feel like I'm a pretty private person.
Yeah.
I've had moments where it was really challenging. About 11 years ago, I had a really big public breakup, and I had breast cancer, all a diagnosis in the same week. And that was really hard because what it did was I went from being, a well-known person to becoming an A-lister. Paparazzi hanging outside my door, couldn't move without people wanting to get a picture of what I look like in my lowest moments, And it really started to affect me. It made me feel, it made me lose faith in humankind, that anybody would want to see a picture of someone at their lowest. Like, that's going to really sell the magazines.
Right.
And I wound up actually moving to Nashville. I was just like, this is not the place for me. I can't live my life this way. And it was really a great thing. It was a good decision. But that was a hard moment. And the thing that got me through it was actually just learning how to be in it, to experience it, and not distract myself by being busy, which is kind of what we do. It's like, just don't think about it. Just stay busy. And, us Westerners have kind of perfected that. So
So you intentionally, you were like, I want to deal with this. I'm not going to distract myself with music.
Yeah. I
That must
didn't
be
make a
hard.
record. I didn't go to recording. I didn't sit down and write songs. I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to be in it until I'm not in it anymore. And
Wow.
then one day I woke up and it was over.
So would you say it's fair to say you got yourself through that? You don't attribute it to anything other
Well,
than just...
I'm a big meditator.
Yeah.
I have a strong faith in God, and I have a fantastic family that I'm really close with, and good friends. And so I just really leaned on those things that have been a constant in my life.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Diana wants to know, we know you're already a mom to 2 precious boys. Is your family complete? Would you like to have a baby girl?
Oh my gosh, do you have one that you want to give me?
I mean...
Actually, I would love to. I mean, if I could adopt 10 more kids, I would. But I think our unit is perfect now. And I'm a little bit older to be a mom. And I want to have all the energy I can have for the 2 boys that I have. And, it'd be great to add, kind of a dad type guy.
Yeah.
Somebody who just meets us where we are. But, everything it's just great. I'm constantly eyes and heart wide open. So
Incredible.
Yeah.
What I love about you so much is that you just said a guy would only add to the equation. You're already content and complete as it is. And I think as a woman that's really powerful. I mean,
Yeah.
are you dating? Is that weird now that you
yeah,
have kids?
I do. But you know what? It's really nice that I live in a place where my kids have a very normal life. They go to school. There are other kids there that have parents that do what my kid's parent does. I do date, and I can do that, in a private setting, and it's great.
So you're dating and no one even knows about it.
Yes, it's all my business.
I mean, you're such a strong, accomplished woman. What kind of guy catches your eye?
I don't know. I mean, I'm attracted to people that are funny and people that are curious and people that are constantly on the growing tip, and so, but having 2 kids definitely is it creates a strong weed out process. Like, pretty quickly if this is somebody that you're going to want to be around your kids.
Yep.
So.
Incredible.
Yeah.
You brought up your breast cancer diagnosis, which, I mean, thank God everything's good.
Yeah.
Your health is great now, knock on wood, yes. Olivia NewtonJohn just revealed that she's now going through a 2nd round. Are you friends with her? Have you reached out to her at all?
I've only met her maybe once, and I love her. I have a lot of respect for her.
Yeah.
And also I was a huge fan, and still am a fan, and so I'm wishing her the best. And, I'm constantly telling people, particularly women, because I have a very big female fan base, make sure and know your family history, and make sure and be diligent about, getting your mammograms. And so until we have a cure, it's early detection that's the best we have.
Totally, 100%. You want to share your well wishes?
Well, yeah, Olivia, I didn't know this, but I know how strong you are and how spiritual you are, and I know you're on top of your health, so I'm wishing you the best.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Edward says you have the most beautiful voice in the world.
Oh my gosh, Edward, I love you.
I'm sure that never gets old hearing that.
Never.
Oh my goodness. Katie wants to know, Sheryl, you're the ultimate woman. any guy would be so lucky to date you. Are you single?
Oh, that is so nice, Katie. I am currently single, yes.
Yes. Single but ready to mingle.
Oh,
Maybe.
single but ready to mingle.
Yes, work. You mentioned you've had some high-profile romances. Is that something that's still on the table? Would you date a high-profile man going forward? Or
I wouldn't rule it out. It's definitely not without its challenges.
100%.
And I am not. I think at this stage of my life, I'm not drawn to somebody just because they're, high profile. So.
No, you're looking for a good, funny guy who's going to make it a family complete at 4. Yes. You write such incredible songs about love and about heartbreak. Is there ever any hesitation to put pen to paper? I mean, people still want to know who My Favorite Mistake is about.
I know. No, I don't feel any hesitation. I honestly, I write from a place of immediacy, so I don't really edit myself. I mean, maybe later on I'll listen to it and think, oh, I'm going to have to answer questions about this one. But I just write what I write. And for the most part, I think the best thing is if you're writing from your heart, there's a really good chance that there is a collective consciousness out there that can relate.
Well, that's why we
to
love
what you're
your
writing.
music so much.
Yeah.
My goodness, we've got millions more questions coming in, and we need to wrap up soon. I do want to ask about one question on Be Myself. I
Yeah.
love Woo Woo so much. It's such a great song, and I love how
you.
candidly you speak about how you feel empowered to sell records through your music, and a lot of artists feel empowered to sell records by, being a little provocative on stage. Can you kind of explain what you mean by that and how you channeled it into the song?
Well, I think there for a while it just seemed like every time you would, be on social media or look at a magazine or even here, I'm very aware of it here in LA, the billboards. It's so different than when you go to Nashville.
Really?
Yeah. There's just
Sexier.
a lot more sexuality, and particularly when it comes to celebrity and artists now, branding is such a big thing.
Yeah.
Branding is so much bigger than whatever it is that you are promoting. You're really promoting yourself first in the hopes that people will follow you and then buy your music.
Right.
Which is so foreign to me. I'm a bit of a dinosaur when it comes to that. But the reason I wrote this song, it just seemed like there for a while, everybody's butt. There were pictures of everyone's
lyric.
butt, So I thought it was kind of funny. And the fact that I have 2 little boys who are obsessed, like every time a Free People magazine comes in and they see like part of a boob or something, it's just like, they're so like eyeball, socket, retina, just like, and it's a little bit of a weird place, especially for young girls to be idolizing some of the young artists, and the imagery, I think, in some ways robs young girls of a sense of innocence, and it puts pressure on the idea that this is what power is, and fame is power, and celebrity is power, and a big round gorgeous butt is power. And then for young boys, then that also is, that's what's beautiful. And so to me, because I'm older, I look at it and I just see more of the danger in it as opposed to the role model, the power, that kind of thing that we're supposed to be believing it is.
Who is doing a good job of being a good role model?
I mean, I love Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
She's super strong and got a lot of talent, and you believe her. She's still entertaining.
Yeah.
She's awesome. People like that, I think, are, kind of doing it right.
Yeah. I mean, you get a lot of Taylor Swift comparisons, I'm sure. Right?
Yeah.
Singer-songwriter. She's setting a pretty good example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, last question before we wrap.
Yeah.
Would you be the new judge on American Idol?
I don't know. I mean, if I had to move somewhere like, out of Nashville, I don't know if I would.
You don't think you could?
I don't know. It's really interesting. I got asked to do The Voice before The Voice even came on that first season.
Right. Oh, before
Yes.
you were with Blake as an advisor.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
And why did you
before there
turn-
was a panel. I turned it down because we had just moved to Nashville and I had Wyatt, and I didn't really want to move back to LA.
No regrets about that?
I don't. I love my life. I've had a lot of great opportunities, and I've also gotten to do a lot of things I never in my life thought I would get to do. I mean, my bank account would obviously be exploding right now, But it wasn't the right time, and it also wasn't where I was at in my head. You know, I was just really settling into putting roots down, and then to uproot, you know, and move back to LA.
Well, I love the path that you're on and the path that you chose. If you haven't
Thank
gotten
you.
Be Myself, go get it. It is absolutely outstanding. It's Sheryl's best work, truly, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Make sure you like ET on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube for more interviews just like this with lovely stars like Sheryl Crow. And have a great weekend, you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.